One of the problems that Spigot has faced since our inception almost 3 years ago, and I'd say our largest issue, is the ability to attract real quality employees from large companies or the 800-pound gorillas. In 1999, there was a rational exuberance. People would want to work for a startup for a fair salary in exchange for receiving a handful of options in a startup. This is no longer the case. People are looking at cash as really king in this environment, in this economy. So you have to put together a portfolio of customers and a company that can really attract employees because you show sustainability, as well as an environment where people want to work and go to work every day and can really feel that they're protecting their family values and being able to support them as well. So I'd say the ability for us to attract top-level talent, which is a real key for an entrepreneurial type company like Spigot, A-list people that we're competing with the large companies, the Fortune 50s, for the same talent. We find a lot of success in finding that talent through the companies we work with. Unfortunately, a lot of times in our contracts, we're not able to bring them on. So that's probably our largest challenge. Our second challenge in this economy is the ability to get investors to invest in your company in this economy or environment. We've been self-sustaining for about 2 years with a very small investment, but recently took on a $10 million investment. So you're able to get money in this market, but you have to be further along. People are not investing as much in just ideas. They want to see that you've actually crossed a few milestones. You have key customers. Your product works. Customers like your product. You have a great pipeline. Once you get over those milestones, it's a lot easier to go ahead and raise capital. But in the past, you were able to raise it on idea. So I think you have to really dig your feet in the sand a little deeper these days and understand what it's going to take to raise that money and really use the money or resources you have to cross those milestones quickly so that you're able to raise money and build an effective company.
Talent is number one. Trying to get the right talent in the Pleasanton area as far as what we're trying to accomplish in the social media space. Individuals who are immersed in and leverage and use the technology, not just developers, but people who actually are interested in embracing and leveraging and using and driving some of the initiatives and concepts that we see on the consumer and on the business level. It tends to, some of that doesn't resonate necessarily too well out in the suburbs, and that's primarily our challenge is mixing and merging skill sets and kind of fundamental usage models.
I would say the toughest challenge, though, always is cash flow management. Because when a business fails, it's typically because they ran out of money. Now, that could be because they couldn't fundraise, they couldn't sell enough of what they were building, they didn't have enough customers. Whatever the reason might be, at the end of the day, it's because of inability to manage cash. So anything that can be done to help startups conserve cash and not spend money where they're spending today can only help increase the life of a startup. Some examples that come to mind are taxes for new employees or healthcare expenses that come up, all the fixed expenses that startups incur. I think those are definitely one area where we could help our startups and really foster innovation.